So hello, how is everyone doing? In um soft quarantine, I guess you could call it. But first off, lockdown. Okay, so when they told us we were locked down, me, I got a lot of things backed up. So there's some positive and negative sides to it for me when it comes to that. When I first hit it, it's like, oh, I got a lot of catching up to do. I could finally get a lot of things done and get some stuff back in order. And on that side, it's actually not a bad thing because you're able to do things around the house that you couldn't normally do because you are so busy. But then the bad side of it is the fact that, if you really wanted to do a lot of these things that you got to do around the house, you would have fucking did them. Now, one of the things I noticed is kids, because we used to our kids being home in the summertime. Now, when we were kids, it was hot and we didn't care. We dealt with it. We played outside. We didn't play on the phones and electronics all day long. We used the electronics as a break. Come inside, eat, cool off. But your real end goal was to go back outside and sweat. I've noticed a lot of kids being outside because of the weather. Just out, cool, having fun all day, doing things that they wouldn't normally do on a regular basis. Being kids that we remember, not the kids of today. So you can enjoy that while it lasts. I don't think they're going back to school at all this year. I think it's over. I think they're gonna be so far behind that they're just gonna chap this. I think they're just gonna chalk this one up. Take it as a L. Take it for what it is. Now, the other thing is, what do we make of all this? Because I know none of us, I'm sure there's not one person who's going to see this that has actually dealt with a real pandemic. We've heard about it in school. They've never really prepared us for anything like this. And you can honestly see that in the way the government's acting. They're not prepared. They have no clue. We had a few scares a few years ago. I mean, it just didn't make the media coverage that this one gets and how it changed our lives. Like, from Louisiana, you deal with hurricanes. They make you stop what you're doing. Even Katrina. Like, you knew what the worst could be. And you understood even after Katrina, like, yeah, in the back of your mind, yeah, there was some things we were worried about. But you kind of know and understand what the outcome is and what your decision needs to be. Like, your ultimatum is right there. You understand your ultimatum. In this situation is entirely different because you just don't know. No one knows. No one knows, and someone who does is not saying anything. And we just don't know. We do not understand. How can I put this into perspective? So, jobs and normalcy, like when do you know when it's okay? Who are you putting the faith in to be able to decide whether this is okay or not okay? You have your epidemiologist deal with epidemics, but no one's ever dealt with something like this on the scale that it is. And at this moment that I'm recording this, they still haven't made a deal off the stimulus plan. Like, what are they going to do for us? These clowns are arguing over, I wouldn't say it's petty, it's serious. But this shows how screwed up our system truly is. Because instead of just putting it out there, just, look, people are going to die. This is serious. Just write the checks. We'll figure out how to weather the storm later. And I think the American people will be all in on helping weather the storm and figure out how to make this work for everyone if we do the right thing by the American people. But what do? No. They try to slip and, slick side different bills that they've been trying to get through in earlier legislations that they couldn't get through, and, sneak it through the back door while paying us what this small stimulus that, look, life is priceless. No penny can take back any of loved ones who die from this shit, right? I could be carrying it right now talking to you. And I during Nemesis Parade, I had gotten sicker than I ever got. And I think I had it. But, I just a speculation. You know what I mean? Because I got tested for the flu, didn't have it. So what I'm getting at is, look, it's well gone. I mean, I'm good right now. I don't feel any symptoms, right? But I could be a carrier. So they say. Now, I've never been, I'm not one who gets sick a lot. And this was a unique flu style symptom that I had. I mean, my doctor told me at the end of the day it was an upper respiratory infection, but I didn't get swapped when she told me. She just looked at the symptoms and came up with a diagnosis. How's she going to say, I think you got the coronavirus? They wasn't even talking about it down here at the time. But you think about Mardi Gras, and you think about all the people that was walking around, and people from different cities, and how fast it contracts from one person to the next. Because on average, they say one person will contact an average of 2 people. So you give it to 2 people. 2 people turns to 4 people, which technically turns to 8 people, then 16, then 32. You get it. I'm not that good at math. But that's something that, hey, how much of it is fear-mongering and how much of it isn't, we have no way to tell. The only thing that we could do is just keep faith and try our best not to get over worried about it, but be strong, be cautious, be aware of your surroundings. Everyone looks at things a different way. And, even to me, I see people younger than me walking around with masks and gloves. Just they're not working. This is just them going to the store to go do the smallest thing. Pump gas. Buy a loaf of bread if they can find it. That is interesting. It is crazy. I don't know if anyone else has ever sat back and checked at the reality of the situation, but it's a very, very interesting time to be alive. And that's what's up.